आज हम बात कर रहे हैं हीलिंग दी सेक्सुअल एनर्जी के बारे में। तो सबसे पहले व्हाट इज इम्पोर्टेंट इज व्हाई डू वी नीड टू टॉक अबाउट हीलिंग दी सेक्सुअल एनर्जी। As a gynecologist, I see a lot of cases coming to my OPD wherein there are cases of violence, there are cases of abuse, molestation, and sometimes ladies are coming to me with injuries which they have sustained during the acts of sex. Otherwise, also, normally ladies are coming to us with problems that they have chronic pelvic pain which is not being healed by normal modalities. तो ऐसे में जब हम deeper inquiry करते हैं और history लेते हैं, तो what we find that there is some trauma, there is some experience in the past which is making the energy blocked for these people. और क्योंकि ये energy blocked है, तो उनका जो अपने bedroom में sexual expression और जो सेक्सुअल एक्सपीरियंस है वो भी कहीं ना कहीं इट इज minimized in a way that they are not able to fully explore and experience themselves sexually inside the bedroom. So having said that, it is very important to understand what the sexual energy is and to understand what the healing of the sexual energy is. So coming to the topic, so understanding what energy is, we all know that we are all made up of energy. The universe is made up of energy. And energy is a universal force which is around us. तो जब हम अपने अंदर की एनर्जी की बात करते हैं, we are speaking about the emotional energy, the mental energy, the sexual energy, the spiritual energy, the pranic force which is inside us. So all this inside us constitutes energy. And the outer universe is also full of energy, as we all know that we are vibrational and energetic beings. तो व्हाट इज इम्पॉर्टेंट इज कि हर एनर्जी को गवर्न करने के लिए कुछ रूल्स और कुछ लॉज होते हैं। एक बार अगर आप उन लॉज को अंडरस्टैंड कर लेते हैं तो उस एनर्जी को कंट्रोल भी कर सकते हैं, मैनिफेस्ट कर सकते हैं, मास्टर कर सकते हैं और हार्नेस कर सकते हैं। तो ऑल दीज कम अंडर द परव्यू। सो दैट इज व्हाई इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड अबाउट आवर सेक्सुअल एनर्जी सो दैट वी कैन कंट्रोल इट एंड मास्टर इट। जो ये एक्ट अभी हम जिसकी बात कर रहे हैं, देश भर में चर्चा है, डॉक्टर्स के बीच में हम समुदाय इतना परेशान है। तो what has to be understood is that there was something unhealed in the perpetrator of the trauma also. जो करने वाले थे, जो सेक्सुअल एक्ट करा है जिन्होंने वायलेंस का, उनके अंदर भी कहीं ना कहीं सेक्सुअल एनर्जी अनहील्ड थी, तभी इस तरह का वायलेंट एक्ट सामने आया है। तो इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड आवर ओन सेक्सुअलिटी, आवर ओन सेक्सुअल एनर्जी। नाउ वी आर मेड अप ऑफ एनर्जी। इट इज जो लोग साधक हैं और जो लोग ऑल्टरनेटिव मेडिसिन में डैब करते हैं, तो उनको पता है कि हमारी बॉडी के अंदर भी एक एनर्जी सिस्टम होता है। नाउ दिस एनर्जी सिस्टम कंसिस्ट ऑफ 5 कोशास, या जिनको हम सटल बॉडीज कहते हैं, 7 चक्र सिस्टम एंड 72,000 नाड़ीज। अब ये जो हमारा एनर्जी सिस्टम है वो काम करता है जैसे कि एक ब्रॉडकास्टिंग स्टेशन हो या एंटेना हो। मतलब ये सिग्नल्स रिसीव भी कर सकता है और सिग्नल्स ट्रांसमिट भी कर सकता है। तो वी आर मेड अप ऑफ एनर्जी एंड वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड। नाउ व्हाट इज दिस सेक्सुअल एनर्जी? जब भी हम सेक्सुअल एनर्जी की बात करते हैं, हमारा सबसे पहले ध्यान जाता है सेक्स की तरफ। ऑफ कोर्स यस, इट इज द ड्राइविंग फोर्स बिहाइंड द सेक्सुअल एक्ट इटसेल्फ, बट besides that, it is the energy which is the energy of creation, the energy of life। और सिर्फ लाइफ को जन्म देने तक ही नहीं है, उसके बाद उसको सस्टेन करना, उसको नरिश करना भी इसी सेक्सुअल एनर्जी का काम है। एंड besides creation, it is also the energy of creativity. So without sexual energy, there is no life because there will be no motivation or no driving force to create life. So it is a very, very important part of what we are. Like any energy, there is nothing positive or negative about sexual energy. It's a neutral energy. It is how you look at that energy that defines what its scope is going to be. तो अगर हम एक बार थोड़ा सा ओपन होके इस एनर्जी को देखें, beyond the scope of just simply having sex देखें, तो it is a very powerful and potent energy which we can channelize into any purpose, any passion, any goal or direction in our life. तो हम जिस भी चीज पे इंटेंशन सेट करके इस एनर्जी को इस्तेमाल करते हैं, तो वो एनर्जी हमें वहां पे रिजल्ट्स देती है। तो एट अ लेटर डेट डेफिनेटली हम इसको सेक्सुअल एल्केमी या सेक्सुअल मैजिक या सेक्सुअल के मैजिक कहते हैं, तो हम इसके बारे में भी बाद में बात करेंगे। बट अगर आप इस सुपर पावर को अंडरस्टैंड कर लें, देन यू विल अंडरस्टैंड that you become very powerful because we are sexual beings. So, all in all, the bottom line being sex, sexuality, and sexual energy are fundamental to who we are. हम इससे अलग अपने आप को नहीं मान सकते. We are a sexual as well as a spiritual being. So, today, when I'm taking this talk is important because we are getting science, sexuality, and spirituality on a single platform. So, let's understand this from that perspective. So, coming to healing the sexual energy. What makes the sexual energy unhealed? It is the sexual trauma which makes the energy blocked. Now, what are the various instances wherein the energy can be blocked? It can be blocked in cases of sexual violence. Sexual violence can be just one single act of violence, or it may be violence which may be on a regular basis. आप देखेंगे बहुत सारे हमारे पास विक्टिम्स आते हैं जो घर में छोटे बच्चे हैं, जहाँ पे एडल्ट्स उनके साथ सेक्सुअल वायलेंस कर रहे हैं। तो ये केसेस जो हम सुनते हैं, बार बार टीवी पे सुनते हैं, वहां पे हमें वो चीजें पता चलती हैं जो सिंगल हैंड बाहर से करने वाला कोई है। बट अ लॉट ऑफ सेक्सुअल वायलेंस इज हैपनिंग inside the families, and this is happening behind closed doors. It may be smaller children, both girls and boys. It may be a wife who is subjected to marital rape or unconsensual or unnatural sexual acts. तो violence single act पे हो सकता है. Violence can be over a long duration of time wherein the people are in relationships within the family dynamics. देन सबसे बड़ा वायलेंस ट्रॉमा का कॉज है हमारा अपना माइंडसेट, बिलीफ सिस्टम, स्पेशली वेयर वुमेन आर कंसर्न्ड. हमारा कल्चर, हमारे रिचुअल्स, हमारा रिलीजन, हमारा फैमिली वैल्यू सिस्टम वुमेन की सेक्सुअलिटी को रिप्रेस करके रखता है. And then suddenly, after you fix an arranged marriage, you are supposed to go and practice your sexuality with a relative stranger. तो बहुत ही मुश्किल है कि आप अभी तक आपको उसके बारे में ना बात करने के लिए मौका मिला है, ना आपको उसके बारे में प्रॉपरली एजुकेट किया गया है. बट सडनली यू गेट इनटू अ मैरिज एंड यू आर एट द मर्सी ऑफ अ लिटल स्ट्रेंजर who will set the parameters of how and what you do regarding your sexuality. Now, other important thing is past relationships. पास्ट रिलेशनशिप्स में अगर आपका ट्रॉमा रहा है या अब्यूज रहा है, तो आप वो बैगेज अपने नेक्स्ट रिलेशनशिप में भी कैरी करके जाते हैं. आपका पार्टनर अच्छा भी हो तो भी, क्योंकि आप पहले से यू आर ट्रॉमेटाइज्ड, यू विल कैरी दैट past behavior patterns into the new relationship. Another very important cause of sexual trauma is childbirth. Sometimes the delivery is very difficult or very painful, or there may be injuries in the genital area which will lead the lady to have blocked energy in her pelvic region. And she will abhor sex because sex will bring into mind कि sex से pregnancy होगी, pregnancy के बाद she will remember the childbirth, and that locked energy will also make for the unhealed sexual energy. So what actually happens in case of sexual trauma? Sexual trauma में सबसे important है कि हमारा brain is a very very smart organ. It tries to protect itself from situations where things are not able, it is easy to comprehend. जी सर.
हाँ, स्लाइड को रोक के दोबारा शेयर कीजिएगा. किसी पार्टिसिपेंट ने कुछ लाइन अननोइंगली खींच दी है.
खींचते हैं. मैं एक बार दोबारा से शेयरिंग करूं?
हाँ.
स्टॉप शेयर करके. ओके, जस्ट अ सेक.
और आप जिनकी हेल्प ले रहे हैं, आप वो
नहीं, मैं करती हूँ सर इसको भी. आई जस्ट डू इट.
स्टॉप भी ऑप्शन होता है कि आप कोई कर नहीं कर सके ऐसा, उसकी सेटिंग शेयर करने वाले को आती है. एनॉट डिसेबल कर दें जब शेयरिंग करते हैं करने के दौरान या करने के बाद आता है. ये मतलब वो होता है एक ऑप्शन
ओके.
साइड डॉट्स में. मोस्ट प्रोबेबली किसी ने अननोइंगली ही किया है. होपफुली मतलब इस प्लेटफॉर्म पे तो नॉलेज के लिए ही लोग आते हैं. तो जो 3 डॉट दिख रहा है ना आपको कहीं पर, वहां पे आप देखिए का ऑप्शन होगा उसको डिसेबल कर दीजिए।
डिसेबल, हाँ नॉट्स, ठीक है जी, आई विल डू दैट।
फुल स्क्रीन कर लें इसे।
ठीक, आई थिंक आई वी आर सेट। अभी दिख रहा है सर, स्क्रीन इज विजिबल टू ऑल?
विजिबल बट नॉट फुल फुल स्क्रीन, इसको फुल स्क्रीन कर लें प्रेजेंट मोड में।
इट इज फुल स्क्रीन फ्रॉम माई साइड।
हाँ, पहले आपका कंप्यूटर के नीचे का पार्ट पोर्शन नहीं दिख रहा था, अभी दिख रहा है।
ओके। अभी ठीक है सर?
यस, बेटर।
ठीक, ग्रेट। ठीक, सो आई वॉज टॉकिंग, ब्रेन इज एन अमेजिंग ऑर्गन, जो चीज को वो कॉम्प्रिहेंड नहीं कर पाता तो खुद को प्रोटेक्ट करने की कोशिश करता है उससे। और इस प्रोटेक्शन मैकेनिज्म में वो इट फ्रीजेस इटसेल्फ इन अ वे कि माइंड अलग काम कर रहा है और बॉडी अलग काम कर रही है। तो माइंड अपने आप को उस बॉडी में जो एक्सपीरियंस हो रहा है उससे बचाने के लिए, उस ट्रॉमा से बचाने के लिए, इट विल freeze itself in a state where it is not able to comprehend what is happening with the mind, body, so that it can go through the situation. Now, what happens during, we all scientifically know that whenever there is a stress condition in the body, copious amount of cortisol is produced inside the body, which help us to cope with the present stress situation. But the downside of this cortisol is that the body's own stress levels go very, very high. So there is a flight and fight response, and this leads to toxic stress inside the body, wherein the person has even to smaller triggers, it will have a hyperarousal response. So what is the impact of this sexual trauma? I just take a second. मुझे आप लोग नहीं दिख रहे इसमें सर। सर, my screen is visible?
परफेक्टली विजिबल।
Okay, just a second.
ऑडियंस को देखने की आवश्यकता नहीं है, फ्लो इज गोइंग ऑन।
नहीं, ठीक है सर, आई कैन सी। नाउ we'll talk about the impact of sexual trauma on the sexual we'll talk about the impact of the sexual trauma. So like in the immediate period, the patient is having a hyper arousal response, क्योंकि क्या होता है उसकी bodily safety बिल्कुल compromise हो जाती है। तो छोटा सा भी कोई भी trigger आता है, the patient feels triggered, there is lack of trust, there is lack of feeling safe in one's body, and this leads to a state of constant fear wherein the patient is even triggered without having any triggers present in the immediate surroundings. So the survivor of a sexual assault may feel have difficulty in sleeping, may have headaches, concentration challenges, chest pain, and stomach difficulties. If we look at the larger impact, then there is a lot of mental effects of sexual violence which happens. Patient may go under depression. The survivor may have anxiety. There may be behaviors wherein they are going for self-harm and to the extent of committing suicide also. Substance abuse may be there. What happens is they have this constant picture going on in their mind where they are reliving the trauma of the sexual assault, and they resort to numbing behaviors by using substances like alcohol and drug so that they do not have to go through the pain of going through the event again and again. They have difficulty concentrating. Again, as I said, there is emotional numbing. People avoid places, things, events which trigger the similar kind of response. They keep on constantly replaying the traumatic events in their mind. And then you may see a shift in personality. So if you have people around you, especially smaller children, if the child doesn't want to go to a particular relative's house, or if they do not want to go to the school, or if they have withdrawn into their shell, a child who was initially an extrovert suddenly turns inside and doesn't want to speak to another person, we should always look at this shift in personality with the idea of abuse or violence in mind. So there are physical effects. So this I would like to share. Sometimes as a gynecologist, I come across patients who will come to you with chronic pelvic pain. कि डॉक्टर साहब हमारा ये कमर में दर्द है, पेट में दर्द है, कभी ठीक ही नहीं हो रहा. You give them treatment so many times and then there is no response to this treatment. So what happens is when you have a deeper inquiry into their sexual history, either you will find that they have an unfulfilling sexual life, or you will find that there is some kind of a trauma or some kind of a abuse which is going on in the sexual life, wherein the patient is either being subjected to non-consensual sexual act or practices जो कि वो नहीं करना चाहती पर उसको बार बार उनको सब्जेक्ट किया जा रहा है. तो शादीशुदा जीवन में it becomes even more difficult to escape such violence which happens over a longer duration of time. The survivor may have sleep difficulties, eating disorders, chronic fatigue, and it has also been found in studies that victims of sexual assault can develop diabetes and heart diseases also in the future. Then behavioral effects. Patients may avoid touch, any kind of physical contact altogether, and they will avoid sex also sometimes with their partners. So this brings out they have difficulty in placing trust in people. और आपको पता है कि relationships का cornerstone is trust. If there is no trust, eventually the relationship breaks down. So they experience in all aspects of sexual activity, there is decreased desire, there is decreased arousal, there is decreased orgasm, no emotional intimacy, and limited connection. So these are the various impacts a survivor will go through over time. The degree and the intensity will differ from person to person. Besides that, in other areas of life, they will have a low self-esteem, low creativity, and generally a sense of negativity about them. But when we talk of healing and treatment, healing restores the sexual energy. Once the energy is restored, all these impacts that we see, they can be reversed. Now, coming to the treatment for sexual trauma. So we are on a scientific as well as spiritual platform. So when I'm going to speak about the treatment, I have to discuss the conventional as well as the unconventional. In conventional treatment, we all know we offer these patients cognitive CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, in which we help them navigate the thoughts and patterns, the emotions that they have undergone during the trauma, and teach them positive behaviors about how to go about their life and manage their symptoms. Especially in these cases, group therapy is very important because survivors, when they get together, they have a similar history, they have a similar story, and they can relate with each other. तो जब आप group therapy में बात करते हैं, तो they find a safe place to open up, discuss about their emotions without any shame, without any guilt in front of people who have had similar experiences. Then there is psychodynamic therapy, which tackles the emotional conflict of the survivor and helps build the self-esteem of the survivor again. And finally, in cases where there is severe depression or anxiety, then we can give medications. This will improve the quality of thoughts, it will improve the sleep, it will improve the mood and the appetite, and medication can also be used. तो ये तो हो गई बात जो हम conventional treatment करते हैं. Then comes what actually is sexual healing. Sexual healing is a kind of alternative therapy wherein we are combining different techniques to bring about healing to the patient. So we have to understand what sexual healing actually is all about. Whenever we have a physical injury in the body, two mechanisms basically happen. First, there is repair and then there is restoration. आपकी हड्डी टूट जाती है या आपको कोई चोट लग जाती है तो the body first of all will repair whatever injury is there, and that repair is going to take time, and then it is going to try to restore it to its original function. So when we talk of sexual healing, the kind of healing is returning to whatever sexuality, sensuality means to you. It involves sensual integration. It involves the ability to fully experience your sexual self. It involves the ability to express your sexual self in an environment where you do not feel any encumbrances. So, सेक्सुअल हीलिंग पर से एड्रेसेस सेक्सुअल एम्पावरमेंट. अब जब हम सेक्सुअल एम्पावरमेंट की बात करते हैं, एंड बीइंग अ गायनेकोलॉजिस्ट, I see a lot of cases where women are not free to express their desires, their needs in the bedroom, because if a woman is expressing her needs and desires, the man may think that she's too forward. ये behavior ये कहाँ से सीख कर आई? She is not allowed to express her boundaries कि ये चीज आप मेरे साथ कर सकते हैं, ये चीज मैं allow नहीं कर सकती, यहाँ मैं comfortable नहीं feel कर रही. Because in most of the instances, women in India are emotionally, mentally, and financially dependent on the males in their families. Then, even for contraception, wherein a woman can get pregnant, unwanted pregnancies can be there, she cannot voice her concern about that she requires contraception, and she cannot address the issue upon the male partner that he should use some contraception. So when we talk of sexual healing, it is giving that power to the person themselves so they can make their decisions about their sex life from a place of empowerment. And definitely, it is integration of their emotions vis-a-vis their experience. आप क्या feel कर रहे हैं और आप अपने आप को कैसे express कर रहे हैं, that also comes under the purview of sexual healing. It is a very normal and healthy phenomena when our mind, body, and heart are in connection, they are in flow, then sexuality also flows. So during trauma, this natural flow of sexuality gets hindered because the mind and the body are disconnected. So sexual healing restores this in the client, and this connection and this fluency of sexual expression becomes better. So all in all, we are different people. Everybody experiences their sexuality in a different way. We are in different relationships. We have different cultural belief systems. So one size fits all approach doesn't work. You have to talk to a client, see what their personal equation with their partner is, or wherein they're coming from, what is their belief system, and whatever advice you give to the person is depending on how much they can take and in what way they want to experience their sexuality. But whatever modality we are using, the core remains कि हमें उनको उनकी sexuality और sensuality के साथ reconnect कराना है, and that is what sexual healing is all about. Now, when I say we are healing the sexual energy, we actually have to understand what are the energetics during trauma. हमने बात की थी कि जब भी trauma होता है, there is release of cortisol, and this cortisol helps us cope with the stress of a traumatic or violent experience. Now, at the energy level, what happens? Because when we are talking of healing the energy, we are talking of energetics. Now, let's try to understand what are the energetics of a sexual trauma. Whenever there is a sexual trauma, there is a disconnection between the mind and the body. So there is a denial of reality. The survivor or the victim is in the state कि ये मेरे साथ हो रहा है पर मैं इसको experience करने को ready नहीं हूँ. So there is a disconnect between these two things. So what this disconnect does is it creates knots or clenches inside the body and mind. जो माइंड और बॉडी का जो अवेयरनेस का डोमेन है, वहां पर एनर्जी नॉट्स बन जाती हैं, क्लेंचेस बन जाती है, और दीज एनर्जी नॉट्स एंड क्लेंचेस दे सप्रेस द फीलिंग एक्सपीरियंस and then they restrict the natural flow of energy inside the body. When I had talked about the energy system in the body, I had talked about the subtle bodies, I talked about the chakra systems, I talked about the nadis. तो जहां जहां ये चक्रास हैं और नाड़ीज हैं, यहाँ पर एनर्जी की नॉट्स बन जाती हैं, जिसकी वजह से जो नेचुरल फ्लो है हमारे अंदर एनर्जी का, वो सप्रेस हो जाता है, एंड द ability to have a sensual experience goes down. And after that abuse, whenever the patient, whenever the survivor is subjected to a similar kind of experience, they have this blockage, they have these triggers wherein they become numb, or they have adverse reactions. Rather than experiencing pleasure in the bedroom, they are experiencing trauma in the bedroom, and that is what needs to be healed. So Dr. Darren Wiesman has done a lot of work on sexual trauma, and in his book, The Emotion Code, he calls this as a maladaptive stress reaction कि patient उस समय क्योंकि अपने आप को डिस्कनेक्टेड रखता है, तो पास्ट का एक्सपीरियंस जब वो प्रेजेंट में कोई भी बेडरूम एक्टिविटी इनिशिएट होती है तो उसको वो रिलिव करता है, और वही ट्रॉमा, वही सारी पेन उसको दोबारा दोबारा महसूस होती है, एंड दैट इज व्हाई द विक्टिम कैन नॉट एंगेज इन हेल्दी सेक्सुअल बिहेवियर. नाउ वेयर आर दीज नॉट्स लोकेटेड? As I said, they are in the mind body awareness domain. Now, these knots can actually be felt in the physical locations in the body wherein the trauma occurred. They are generally present in the genital area, in the lower abdomen, the back, the buttocks, the anal region, the breast region. All these areas wherein the violence has happened, are the areas where the energy gets blocked. And these physical trigger points have very, very strong emotional uh, associations also. So because of this physical and emotional association, the victim undergoes a very, very strong adverse response to whatever activity they are having in the bedroom. Now, what actually is sexual healing? अब इसको समझने के बाद it is easier to understand. Sexual healing is all about rewiring your nervous system so that you can feel that pleasure, that ecstasy all over again. And the approach is different because यहाँ पे we are using an inside-out approach. First of all, we are healing the body, and then we allow the mind to follow. So let me just try to explain this, how this happens. We heal the body first, and then the mind follows. So how sexual healing actually works. Now, a practice sexual healer, what they do is they try to find these knots, these clenches inside the body, and then they detangle these knots. Various modalities are used for doing this. I will be discussing the various modalities after this. So once these knots are unclenched, there is a very free flow of energy, and this free flow of energy brings out the fluency of sexual energy and the sexual, normal, natural sexual response that a person is supposed to have to pleasure. So like pleasure and ecstasy are restored once these energetic notches, clenches are gone away. And this is a psychophysical phenomenon. As I said, body और mind का healing simultaneously होता है. पहले body heal होता है, then the mind gets healed. What is actually done in a healing session is that we put the patient into a combination of deep relaxation and erotic excitation. I'm talking of two paradoxical phenomena. On one hand, I'm talking of deep relaxation, and on the other end, I'm talking of erotic excitation. So, दोनों चीजें simultaneously चलती हैं जब भी sexual healing का session होता है. और इस सेशन में what happens is that the patient, when is in deep relaxation, then the armors, the guards that the patient has around sexual activity, they go down. Once those guards go down, we are able to introduce touch and other things in a systematic and controlled environment wherein the patient can again start experiencing and enjoying those things. So now comes the difference. What is the difference between sexual healing and sexual counseling? हमने अभी दोनों modalities की बात की कि we are talking about sex counseling also and we are talking about sexual healing also. So there is a big difference between both the modalities. In sexual counseling, we are only dealing with the psychological component of how things are. We are talking of CBT, we are talking of group therapy, we are talking of psychodynamics. We are dealing with the issue at the level of the mind. Whereas in sexual healing, we are talking at the level of psychoid, wherein we are bridging the gap between both psychological and physical. We are using both the mind as well as the somatic and sensual elements for the treatment. Then the second difference is we are using an inside-out approach. Sex counseling, where we are just using the mind. We are giving suggestions to the patient. We are using CBT. Once the mind heals, we say that the body will heal simultaneously. But in sexual healing sessions, we let the body go in first and then allow the mind to follow. So there is a reverse order of what we are doing in conventional treatment as in sex counseling versus sexual healing. Second important difference is in sex counseling, there is no disrobing of the client. जबकि sexual healing में there is some amount of disrobing by the client. We may be giving massages, so the client is supposed to disrobe to some extent. Then there are explicit demonstrations. We may have to teach the patient about certain kind of self-pleasure techniques. We may have to teach them about touching themselves. So there is explicit demonstration of what we are wanting the patient to do. And then there is touch of the client by the practitioner, which doesn't happen in case of a sex counseling. So these are two different modalities, and we have to understand these modalities differently. Most important is we are dealing with energy in the case of sexual healing, whereas we are just dealing with mind in the case of sex counseling. So in sex counseling, we are using the mental and emotional energy, whereas in sexual healing, we are healing the sexual body, the mental body, as well as the emotional body. So all the subtle energies are involved. Now, coming to that, what are the various sexual healing modalities that we are using? When we talk of healing, we are using body relaxation techniques, movement and touch activation techniques. तो जो भी techniques हम use करते हैं, उसमें three things form the basis: the body relaxation, the movement, and the touch activation. तो क्या है? We are using these techniques to unclench those energetic knots. Once the knots are gone, then the flow is there, and with the flow of the erotic energy, the healing takes place itself, and it takes place simultaneously. Now, what are the various somatic activation techniques that we use? Number one important technique is massage. The moment we say massage, we all go to Thailand, Bangkok, Pattaya, and these are the areas which are famous for their massages, especially the massages with a happy ending, you know. But if you go, there are actually very good practitioners in these areas, Bangkok, Pattaya. They have excellent sexual healers who know about the meridians inside the body, who know about the flow of energy inside the body, and they use those special massages and special areas wherein they can give healing. So next time you guys go to Thailand, Bangkok, you should go to a healer who has knowledge about these massage techniques and will help you unclench the energetic pockets. Even if there is no sexual violence, they will help you in rejuvenating your meridians, and they will help in restoring the flow of natural pranic energy inside the body. Then second comes erotic touch. When I say erotic touch, it is stimulation of erotic areas like the breast massages, clitoral massage. These can be used, and simple touch of the body, because sometimes the victim is in such a state wherein they are abhorrent to any kind of touch from their partners or in sexual settings. So we can introduce these touches in graded manner, simple touch to the body. When the patient is willing to accept those touches, then we can go on to more erotic touches, wherein there is genital stimulation or stimulation of the breast, where the patient can unclench this energetic knots, and they can experience flow of erotic energy. Third important modality is body movement. Whenever there is sexual trauma, the body becomes sluggish. The victim becomes sluggish. So any kind of body movement is very, very important to unclench this energy. Simple as dancing, especially if you have seen that belly dance that is being performed, there is a lot of hip movement in the belly dance, and the pelvic area is very much into the flow. So body movements can also help in opening up this energy, and dancing, Tai Chi, yoga, all these practices can help align the mind-body-heart connection and help in restore the flow of the energy. Then come internal pelvic releases. Internal pelvic releases, again, a very popular term is yoni massages. Yes, yoni massages are very, very helpful, wherein vaginal massages are given, and those massages will activate all the nerve endings inside, maybe reach the G spot and the A spot also, and help the patient in release whatever trauma is stored within the energetic body. This can be done using the hand of the practitioner, or they may also employ certain tools or toys to help patient release the pent-up sexual energy. And then practices breath work, kriya, kundalini yoga, tantra, hatha yoga, all these practices Some of them are very advanced practices, but simpler breathing exercises can also help in restoring the flow of energy. And we use all these practices in somatic activation techniques. Now, a sexual healer spectrum. Now, since we are talking about we are dealing in the spectrum of the sexuality, it is very, very important to understand what is the total spectrum of a healer. Now, the healer are two ends of the spectrum, basically. One end is where the healer is not touching and there is no removal of clothes. The healer is fully clothed. Client may have partial states of disrobing. And at the other end of the healing spectrum is sexual healers who are engaging in full-blown penetrative sexual activity. Genital intercourse may be vaginal, may be anal. These are the two ends of the spectrums. But generally what happens, the sexual healers remain within the center of the spectrum, wherein there are some degrees of disrobing. They put their hands on the client. There is some hands-on engagement with the client. तो full-blown sex नहीं होता वहाँ पर. There is partial experiences given, erotic touches may be given, genital massages may be given, but that is generally, we have a full end. Now, since we are talking of penetrative sex, it becomes very, very important that the sexual healer discussing what all methods, procedures they are going to use, because consent is of paramount importance. A normal practice, if a male doctor is examining a female patient, we have a strict code wherein we have to have a female attendant present during that time. But in sexual healing sessions, sometimes the session is so intimate in nature that having the third party present is not important. And even the client may say that I would not want to experience this in front of somebody else. So having implicit consent regarding what all is going to be involved in the sexual session, healing session is very, very important. And you have to discuss what is the degree of touch, what is the degree of taking off of clothes, what is the degree of sexual activity that the healer is going to engage in. Sexual healing is not sex. Now, again, my reference goes back to the happy ending in Bangkok Pattaya, because sexual healing is not about having sex. Sexual healing is not about letting it go. There is a fair degree of difference between a sexual healer and a sex worker. A sex worker is also getting money in exchange of sex, and sometimes a sexual healer is also getting money in exchange of sexual act. But the intention which goes behind the two acts is entirely different. A sex worker is helping you get off with your fantasies, whereas a sexual healer is working to unclench your blocked energy. The intention is absolutely different. And if a sexual healer is practicing with a degree of detachment and provides a safe therapeutic container for the person to open up sexually, then the purpose of the therapy, the purpose of the session is fulfilled. So we should never confuse sexual interaction of two. It is not sex. A sexual healer is not offering sex. He or she is offering healing. And then there is a difference between both the things. So what are the benefits of a sexual healing session? If you are in the hands of a safe and a good sexual healer, a session will provide you a safe container where you discover, explore, release, and heal your sexuality, and you come out empowered by that session. So that is one thing a sexual healer does. Secondly, what they are doing is they give a safe place wherein you can actually understand what you feel about the sexual, what all sexual activities and experiences you want to have. What is your general sexual expression? और हम इस बारे में बात ही नहीं करते. Generally, women have the first teacher of a woman is her male partner. It may be a boyfriend or it may be a husband. And whatever she explores is through the lens of the male partner. So this healing session gives a safe opportunity for her to understand what her own personal sexuality is all about. It creates a safe space wherein the patient can experience her own sexuality and open the blocks which she may be having, maybe because of some past trauma, maybe because of her own wrong mindset or belief system, then that is a safe space to explore. And yes, finally, yes, wherein there have been victims of trauma and emotional abuse, उनके लिए तो ये बहुत ही अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म होता है. हम में से जो साधक हैं और जिन्होंने मेडिटेशंस देखी हैं, I don't know, my personal experience has been when I was initially put into meditation sessions, there was a lot of emotional outbursts. There was a lot of crying involved. There was a lot of, sometimes they were happy sessions. You would want to laugh, and most of the times it was crying up, and a lot of pent up energy was coming up. Similar kind of experiences are experienced when a patient experiences orgasm in these settings. With that orgasm, there is so much release of pent-up trauma, and the patient may have episodes of crying. She may have episodes of laughing when she's going through a sexual healing session. Kul milake, what it helps us reconnect the dots in our own psyche. It gives us personal power. It gives us autonomy. We can become the masters of our own sexual energy. If there is some kind of shame, guilt, rage, anger around our sexual expression, a sexual healing session helps us do away with this. Now, with this, I will come. I am myself providing sexual healing and sexual counseling to a lot of patients. My sexual healing technique doesn't involve touching my patient or disrobing my patient. So it is a combination of both sex counseling, and I use either the patient herself or the partner for giving the hands-on experience. So I am an empath healer. When I speak to the patient, I am able to scan her aura. I instantly know wherein the energy is blocked. So I give her a safe space wherein she can open about her traumatic experience in a place where she knows that she is safe. जैसे एक जोक पर बार बार हंसी नहीं आती, उसी तरह जब पेशेंट एक सेफ स्पेस में अपनी बातों को रिवील करता है, वो बोझ जो रिवील करने का बोझ खत्म होता है, that gives a lot of healing. So I see a lot of crying and I see a lot of smiles in my OPD, and the hands-on experience is given by the patient herself. I give explicit demonstrations about how they should self-pleasure. I tell the partner how to pleasure the wife, and with this, we are able to accomplish healing in my practice. I remember once I had a patient wherein they were a couple were not able to consummate their marriage after 3 years. So घर पे जब बच्चा पैदा करने का pressure आने लगा, तो these people came, somebody referred them to me, and they came to my OPD, and when I examined the lady, what I found was that the marriage was not even consummated after 3 years of being together. So after taking history, I understood that the lady had this intense fear of penetration, that it will be a very painful process. And the moment she used to enjoy the foreplay, the moment the partner reached that penetration stage, she would just go berserk and there would be intense vaginismus, and she would not allow penetration. And the husband being a gentleman, he wouldn't, go beyond that boundary. So I talked to this couple. They took 2-3 sessions with me, and we spoke. I spoke to the partner as well, and we did 1 week of just erotic touching and genital stimulation. The partner was instructed to take wife to a point where she was about to orgasm, but not let her orgasm. After 1 week of that behavior by the couple, both of them, she was the desire for the pleasure was so much that she could overcome the desire, the fear of penetration. And finally, I was able to help them, and they were able to consummate the marriage. So this is how a healing session works. It helps resolve whatever energetic knots are there. The patient is able to feel empowered in whatever sexuality they want to express. Now, what are the various benefits of sexual healing? We have been talking about what is sexual trauma, what are the energetic notches, what is a healing session, what are the various modalities. Now, what benefit comes out of once you are in a healed sexual energy state? That is very important. Of course, once you are sexually healed, there is enhanced sexual awareness. एक अच्छा योगी ही एक अच्छा भोगी हो सकता है. आप उतना ही भोग सकते हैं जितना आपका योग बढ़ा है. मतलब even to enjoy your sexual behavior, you have to be in a state of mindfulness. So physically, it gives you enhanced sensual awareness. You become more aware to touch, to smell, to taste. All these aspects of sensual awareness become heightened. Then there is a good mind, heart, body integration. There is better emotional uh, relating to whatever experience you are having. There is better connection. There is better intimacy in the couple. Emotionally, it helps that way. Mentally, after a good session, you will have enhanced cognitive awareness and processing ability. आप sharp हो जाते हैं, आपकी mental equity sharp हो जाती है. You may also have heard some players, they generally indulge in sexual activity with their partners just before the game because that gives them a boost some way. Others abstain, so dono works, but a good sexual healing session will give you a lot of energy also because that blocked energy now is available to you for using for other activities. Spiritually, all those who are on the spiritual path, they understand there is expanded consciousness, there is enhanced awareness. So it moves towards enlightenment once you are in a good healing session. Sexually, again, yes, you become more fluent in the bedroom, your expression becomes better, your experience becomes better, and these are the various benefits of sexual healing. So beyond the scope of just healing, I would say sexual energy, when available, it helps you in manifestation, it helps you in creativity, it helps in expanded states of consciousness, it helps in enlightenment. So with this energy, we all know that sexual energy is the Kundalini energy. And with this energy, we can achieve other aspects of life also. We can channelize this energy in a way wherein life goals can be met. So that is a scope for a different, we will be talking about, if I'm given an opportunity, about sexual magic and alchemy in some other session. But today we are going to talk about sexual healing. क्योंकि एक बार हीलिंग हो गई, वो सारी एनर्जी हमारे पास हील्ड हो गई, तभी हम उसको प्रॉपरली मूव करके किसी और पर्पस के लिए रिडायरेक्ट कर सकते हैं. नाउ before this, I had talked about where a healer is required to give you healing. Now, there are certain practices that we as individuals or we as couples can do wherein we can improve our sexual energy. So, now I'm taking the focus away from healing, from a healer, and bringing that empowerment to ourselves to how to promote the sexual healing in ourselves. So most of the practices that I am talking about can be done singly, but it will be better if you have a partner with whom you can experience your sexuality, and you can do it as a couple also. So the first and the most important and the most enjoyable is dance. हम डांस को बहुत अंडररेट करते हैं. आप छोटे छोटे बच्चे भी देखेंगे वो कितना मजेदार डांस कर रहे होते हैं, गाना चला दो, एंड इट इज सो मच फन टू वॉच देम बिकॉज उनको कोई फर्क नहीं होता कि उनका परफॉर्मेंस कैसा है. तो एग्जैक्टली दैट इज हाउ वी आर सपोज टू डांस लाइक चिल्ड्रन, and dance as if nobody is watching us, dance as if we are the best dancers. It's not about perfection that you need to know the dance form. It's just about moving your body and creating that energy, अंदर का एनर्जी बाहर निकालना और उसके फ्लो को रिस्टोर करना. एंड यस, आई हैव पुट द फोटो ऑफ अ बेली डांसर. अ बेली डांसर uses a lot of hip movements and there is a lot of eroticity in the dance. So नहीं भी आता तो बेल्ट बांधकर अपने शीशे के सामने डांस कीजिए, which really helps in moving the erotic energy inside the body. So try different dance forms, and contemporary, you can try whatever dance forms and give a flow to the body. That is the idea. Yeah, dance में another thing, outside the bedroom, the sexiest thing, the most erotic thing a couple can do is dance together. So if you get an opportunity, join a salsa class, join a bachata class. These are very erotic dance forms, and you can experience that flow of energy between the couple, and it will improve their bedroom lives as well. The second is practice breath work. As I had said earlier also, mindful breathing is a very, very important act wherein you come to the present. And when you are present, only then you can experience what is happening inside your body. So mindful breathing is very important, and box breathing as we call it, कि पहले आप सांस रोकें, फिर लंबा सांस खींचें, फिर रोकें और फिर छोड़ें. तो these 4 steps we should be doing. And this box breathing, what it does is it activates the parasympathetic nervous system, boosts the circulation, and definitely ends up enhancing your sexual experiences as well. Then, very important, take matters in your own hand. Engage in self-pleasure. Masturbation is a very, very healthy act, and I come across women who come to my OPDs. I would want to relate an experience. In my OPD came a woman with her husband. She was around 42, 43 years old, and वो इतना जोर से रो रही थी कि she couldn't get 2 words between 2 sobs. It was so difficult for her. तो I calmed this lady up and I asked her कि वे क्यों, आप इतना क्यों रो रहे हैं? तो उसने मुझको बताया कि उसको कल ही पता चला है अपनी फ्रेंड से कि सेक्स के एक्ट के दौरान औरत को भी प्लेजर मिलता है. तो after almost 20 years of married life, this lady had never experienced an orgasm during her married life, and she did not know, and the husband had not made it a point to provide pleasure to this lady, and she was feeling as if she had been cheated during her marriage, and she was literally very, very angry with her husband because उसको लग रहा था कि उसका जो sexual experience है वो इतने साल का, she had been just enduring the sexual act and she could have obtained pleasure. So जो लोग अपनी बॉडी में प्लेजर नहीं ढूंढ सकते, it will be very, very difficult for them to find pleasure with a partner. So take matters into your own hands. Men generally masturbate, it is culturally accepted. Women also masturbate, but it is not as culturally accepted. But my advice is engage in self-pleasure. Actually tune into your bodies. Find what you like. Find what turns you on. You may use sexual toys. You may use a crystal wand to have the experience, how deep you want to go, what are the areas you want to touch, and explore your body, touch your body, love your body. Only when you can find pleasure. आप छोटा सा बच्चा भी देखेंगे, वो दूध पीता पीता अपने जेनिटल्स को सहला रहा होता है. A small baby also knows that there is pleasure inside the body. And something as basic as this, we forget when we grow up, because the culture, the religion, the societal pressure, they make us forget these small basic things, that pleasure हमारी body के अंदर ही रहता है. So do engage in self-pleasure and try to understand what you like and what you not like, so that you can also tell it to your partners. Another good couple activity is masturbating in front of your partner. You will actually come to know what your partner is liking, how they respond to the pleasure, and that will also enhance your own pleasure. Cultivate sensuality. Our society, we do not understand the difference between sensuality and sexuality. दोनों चीजों को हम कई बार बहुत ज्यादा कंफ्यूज कर देते हैं. Anything that pleases the senses, the smell, the taste, the touch, the hearing, is sensual in nature, and we are essentially sensual beings. We talk of the 5 senses in the bedroom, having and outside the bedroom, both the experiences, we should cultivate sensuality. अपने घर का space साफ करें, candles light करें, there should be aroma, there should be fresh flowers, the smell of the flowers, cook good food, put on good makeup, put on good clothes. If you want to feel erotic, put on some good lingerie. अपने लिए भी ये काम करें, not only for your partner. So cultivate sensuality. Even if अगर आप मंदिर जाने का act देखें, something as beautiful as going to the temple is such a sensual experience. आप भगवान के घर जाते हैं, फूल होते हैं, उनमें से खुशबू हो रही होती है, बहुत सुंदर रंग होते हैं, धूप अगरबत्ती होती है, मंदिर में घंटा होता है, स्वाद प्रसाद होता है. It is an entirely sensual experience. So bring that sensuality into your house, your surroundings, and definitely your bedroom, your own self, wherein you're putting makeup, you're putting good clothes, you're putting lingerie, you're really making an effort to cultivate that beauty in the surroundings and in your mood, because इसका direct impact आपकी mood पर होगा और आपकी personal sexuality पे होगा. Another very important activity is journaling. Not only about your sexual experiences, but journaling otherwise also is a very, very important activity. But if there has been some trauma, it is always better to journal your feelings, how you felt. And after some time, you should revisit your journal, write your new experiences, and see if you can find some patterns. कई बार आप देखते हैं कि आप सेल्फ सैबोटाजिंग होते हैं. कुछ लोग रिलेशनशिप में घुसते तो बहुत तेजी से हैं, पर उसको सस्टेन नहीं कर पाते. क्यों? क्योंकि जैसे ही वो रिलेशनशिप में जाते हैं, उनका पुराने जो पैटर्न्स हैं, they kick in and they have self-sabotaging behaviors. So journaling will give you an insight into what your feelings are, what your behavioral patterns are, what your thoughts are, how you respond, what your attachment styles are, and they will also help you process the trauma in private. There was this beautiful movie Jab We Met, तो उसमें उसको कहते हैं कि लिख के जला डालो, फाड़ डालो, फ्लश कर डालो. So we have to do that sometimes in order to heal ourselves. Another very powerful exercise, which I have not put a slide for, is getting fully naked and looking yourself into the mirror. Our bodies are doing so many good things for us. हम सारा दिन में काम करते हैं, चलते फिरते हैं, घूमते हैं. Everything is given by this body. But when we are taking these bodies to the bedroom, there is a lot of shame involved around ourselves. हम अपने आप को लेके भी, I have got these stomach rolls, I don't have a perfect figure, I don't have a beautiful breast. We have so much shame around our own bodies. And that shame, that guilt, that fear of rejection, we carry into the bedrooms. So a beautiful exercise is get naked in front of the mirror, embrace yourself, hug the parts which you feel that require more love, which you feel are the areas which bring you problems, and definitely exercise all that goes without saying, but start accepting yourself and loving yourself wholly. So I just wanted to touch upon Tantra before I left, because Tantra is the place, it is, West mein to it is, Tantra means great orgasm, great sex, all those things. But Tantra is the place where sex and spirituality meet. As we grow more enlightened, as we understand grow more in awareness, we come to a point in our spiritual journeys where we understand that sexuality and spirituality are not two different aspects. They are just the same. And science, sex, and spirituality come together at one point for all of us. I guess everybody who is on the spiritual path has experienced that, कि sooner or later we arrive to a point जहां हमें पता चल जाता है कि sex और spirituality अलग नहीं है. They are just two sides of the same coin. How you deal with it is important. So Tantra is the science and study of energy. And Tantric jo masters they, what they understood was that the sexual energy was the most potent form of energy, and they could use this energy to get anything in life. But kyunki unka focus, they were yogis, they did not want material things in life, but they used and channelized this energy, this Kundalini energy, to achieve higher states of consciousness. So given an opportunity, we will talk about these things also, because these are slightly more advanced concepts. So this energy can be used for spiritual illumination. But जो लोग normal, हम लोग normal हैं, if you're not, this energy can be channelized to get anything in this material world. क्योंकि क्रिएशन जो होना है वो सेक्स से होना है, और अगर आप इसको मास्टर कर लें इस एनर्जी को, इफ यू स्टार्ट हार्नेसिंग दिस एनर्जी, you can get success in life, material goods, whatever you're aiming for in life can be gotten by visiting Tantra. So on this note, I would come to the end of this talk. By undergoing true healing, we get control, we get empowerment over our own sexuality. And it is almost like a journey of going within oneself. आप ये नहीं कर सकते कि आप अपने sexual self को नकार दें, because this is what we are. We are sexual beings and we are spiritual beings. So sexual healing is a reverse engineering healing process. Trauma takes us out of the body. Sexual healing brings us back inside the body to be able to experience our sexuality and our sexual expression in its full unencumbered state. So having said that, we require sex in our lives for 4 things. A couple experiences sex, number 1, for pleasure, number 2, for procreation, having children, number 3, for intimacy, एंड नंबर 4 फॉर स्पिरिचुअल ग्रोथ एंड एनलाइटमेंट। तो जब एक कपल नया नया इकट्ठा होता है तो उनका सबसे प्राइमरी फोकस होता है प्लेजर, टू गिव एंड टू रिसीव प्लेजर। सेकेंड, थोड़े दिनों के बाद they want to have children, so the second focus comes on to having children. So 1, 2, 3, whatever number of kids you want to have, you have those kids. And then a couple progresses on to using sexual energy for having a sense of connection, having a sense of intimacy between the two. That goes without saying. Even with pleasure, you are doing that. And then finally, when a couple gets old, they have been together for a very, very long time. The purpose of using this sexual energy becomes getting higher awareness, higher consciousness. So eventually, a conscious couple will shift into tantra unknowingly also. मतलब हमें उसके लिए तंत्र का ज्ञाता होने की आवश्यकता नहीं है। जब दो लोग कॉन्शियसली सेक्सुअल एक्ट में एंगेज करेंगे, they will be engaging in tantric sex, and we will be talking about tantra sooner or later. I really hope Dr. Ranjan and Dr. Sandeep Jyot will give me an opportunity.